Hi guys, let's see how we can create a Telegram chatbot using Python, the Aiogram library, and connect it with a PostgreSQL database. So first thing first, let's see what our bot can do. Let's start the bot, and as you can see, it says, "Hello, I'm a bot built with Aiogram. I'm able to use CRUD operations inside a PostgreSQL database." And we can use the /select, the /insert method, the edit method, of course, and the delete method. So right now, our database is completely empty. So for example, if we use the /select method, the data from the database are just an empty list. So let's try to insert some data in it. So we can use the /insert method using the product name. Let's say, for example, it's a bottle. The price is 10 euros, for example, and the quantity is 100 bottles. And let's just press the insert button. As we can see, the bot says data inserted successfully. So if we use again the /select method, as you can see, there are some data inside the database. But right now, what we want to do is just to use the edit method to edit the record with the ID of 7. So we can use the order ID 7. The new product, let's say, is just again the bottle. I just want to change the price of the bottle, not the name. The new price is not 10, is 15, for example, and the new quantity is always 100, for example. So the bot says that updated successfully. Use this /select to see the changes. And right now we can see that the price has changed. Now, we lastly use the delete method. So for example, we can write /delete using the ID of the record that we have already inserted inside the database. So we can see that if we write /delete 7, the data are deleted successfully. So right now, if we use this /select method, the database is of course empty. So this is what our bot can do. And let's jump into the code. First, let's see how we can create our PostgreSQL instance for free using a site called Elephant SQL. Now, I will leave this link in the description below, but of course, once you have entered the link, you just need to log in and of course create an account, and then just click Create New Instance. Now, you just need to write a name. In this case, I will just call it orders. I will choose the free plan, but of course you can choose whatever plan you want, and then I will go to select the region. In this case, UE West 1 is perfect for me, but of course you can select whichever region you want, and then I just click review. Now the configuration is all okay, and then I just click create instance. Alright, so our instance has been created, and of course we can enter in it clicking orders. Right now, as you can see, we have this URL that is of course hidden, but we need this specific URL to insert inside our code. Alright, so the second step is to actually create the table where we can insert some orders. So let's go to the browser in the left menu, and then here we will insert our SQL query. I will just paste a specific query and I will explain to you. So right now we are creating a table called orders that has some, of course, some attributes. The order ID is the primary key and will be auto-incremented when we will insert some orders. The product is the product name, and I will set into varchar 100. That is the limit of the character we can use to insert our product name. The price is of course a float, and the quantity I selected a small int. So what we need to do right now is to just execute this query. Of course, we can see that the query was completed, and we are ready to jump into the code. So once we have set up our table, just go to the detail panel and copy this URL. This is the private URL to our PostgreSQL database. So right now we just need to create a folder to our desktop, for example, and call it Aiogram bot, where we can insert two files. Now, one file is our main file where we will insert all the codes, all the Python code that will be able to start the bot. And the other file called config.py is the file where we can insert all our configuration. And this configuration are the bot token, and of course you can have this bot token from the bot father using Telegram, and the URL. Of course, the URL that you have already copied in the step in the before step, you just need to paste it here. The first thing we need to do inside our main file is to actually start the bot. So right now we are not writing any command, we are just starting the bot. First thing first, let's import all the libraries that we need. And these libraries are the async.io, the psychopg2, which we will use to connect to our PostgreSQL database, and of course the Aiogram library. And the config file is just the file that we have inserted inside our local folder. I've pasted here the create table query to help you to just follow along with the video. And what we need to do right now is to actually get the URL from the config file using this syntax. Now, we will initialize the dispatcher from the Aiogram because we already imported the dispatcher in this line here. And we just need to create an async function called main, where we set up our bot and then we just start polling from our dispatcher. So this code right here is able to actually start the bot. And of course, what has left is just to use async.io for our coroutines, and then we just need to call the run method of the async.io library, where we will just insert our main function that we will be able to start the bot. So once the bot has started, let's see how we can create our commands. The first command is very simple because it's just the /start command, and we need to greet the user. So what we need to do is just write dp, that is our dispatcher.message, and using the command start. This will handle the /start command. So what we need to do right now is just to answer to the specific message that the user has sent using some specific text. In this case, the text is hello, I'm a bot built with Aiogram, blah, blah, blah. So this is very simple, and of course our first method to our PostgreSQL chatbot. The second method will be the /select method. This, of course, will be a little bit more complex than the one that we have already created here, because we need to apply a specific query to our database and to our table. So what we need to do, the first thing we need to do, is just to create a connection using the psychopg2 library. And of course, as you can see here, we will use the database URL that is written inside our config.py file that is, of course, written and referenced here. Next, we will select a cursor, and with the cursor, we can specify the queries that we need to do inside our database. And the query is just to select everything from the orders table. We then use the fetch all, so we will fetch everything that the query has returned, and then we close the cursor and of course the connection itself. And then we just answer to the user and say the data from the database are this one, and then we will print the result, of course. Next method is the /insert method. And this is a little bit more complex than the other one because we just need to get the input from the user. So the first thing we need to do is to split what the user has sent. Let's recall that the user will just need to insert something like this. So the slash insert, the product name, the price, and the quantity. So if we split using the space character in the first, well, actually, in the first element of our list, it will be the slash insert string. In the second, so of course the second will be written like this, will be insert the name of the product. The second, well, the third element will be the price, and the fourth and last element will be the quantity. So using this code, we select specific text inside our splitted string. What we need to do next is the same that we did before. So we can select a specific connection. We will start a connection to our database and set up the cursor. And then we just need to write the query to insert the new order inside the orders table. And this query is inserted into the table name, that is orders. We need to specify all the attributes of our table without specifying the primary key, that is in this case would be the order ID, and then we use values and then we insert the product name, the price that the user has sent here, and of course the quantity. And lastly, we just need to commit the changes to our database and close the connection and the cursor. And then we just answer to the user that the data was inserted successfully. The next method is the slash edit method, and is, well, similar to the last one, to the slash insert method, but we need to pay a little bit more attention because we just need to specify also the order ID of the order that we want to edit. So the logic is the same. So we just ask the user to insert something like this. So the user wants to edit a specific order ID, and he should insert the new product name, the new price, and the new quantity. And of course, we just get the string and then we split it using the space. So in the second element will be the order ID, in the third will be the new product, in the fourth will be the new price, and in the fifth will be the new quantity. And of course, it's all written here. We just need to set up our connection to the database URL and set up the cursor in this specific row. Then we need to write the query to our database. So we need to update the table called orders, and then we just need to set our new attributes. So the product will be equal to the new product that the user has sent, the price will be equal to the new price, and the quantity will be equal to the new quantity that the user has inserted. And where we need to set up these changes to the order with the order ID that the user has specified in his message, of course. So this query will be able to update a specific record inside our table. We then commit the changes and close again our cursor and our connection. And then we answer the user that the data was updated successfully. Use this slash select to see the changes as we did before. The last method is the delete method, and in this case we will delete a specific row inside our table and our database. So we ask the user to use this specific pattern, that is slash delete, specifying the order ID. So we will select the first element of the string, that is of course the order ID in this in this row, and we will use it to write a query that will be able to delete from the table orders the order ID that the user has specified um, in his message. And then we just answer to the user that the data was deleted successfully. This, of course, is a lot more easier than the previous commands. So guys, the video has finished. Thank you for following along. Leave a like and subscribe. Bye bye.